Hey, everyone, let's talk about a pivotal moment in modern history, the Vietnam War. It's often framed as a simple Cold War conflict between communism and democracy, but the reality is so much more complex. To truly understand why it lasted so long, we need to look back, way before American troops ever set foot in Vietnam. For decades, the Vietnamese people had been fighting for independence from French colonial rule. This was a powerful, deeply rooted nationalist movement. Ho Chi Minh, the leader of North Vietnam, was seen by many of his people not just as a communist leader, but as a George Washington figure hero fighting for his nation's freedom. When the United States got involved, it stepped into this long-running struggle. The main goal for the U.S. was to stop the spread of communism, part of the wider domino theory. American leaders believed that if Vietnam fell to communism, neighboring countries would follow. But in focusing so heavily on the ideological battle against communism, they largely overlooked the powerful force of Vietnamese nationalism. Too many Vietnamese, both in the North and the South. The war wasn't about communism versus capitalism. It was about finally achieving self-determination and kicking out foreign powers for good. The U.S. was seen not as a liberator, but as the new colonial power replacing the French. This fundamental misunderstanding shaped the entire conflict. The U.S. poured immense resources into the war, escalating its military presence with more troops, more bombing campaigns, and advanced technology. The strategy was to inflict enough damage that the North Vietnamese would give up, but they underestimated their opponent's resolve. For the North Vietnamese and the Viet Cong in the South, this was a total war for their homeland's very existence. They were willing to endure incredible losses because they believed they were fighting for a cause that had been passed down through generations. This is why conventional military tactics, which had worked in other wars, were so ineffective. The U.S. was fighting a limited war to contain an ideology, while the Vietnamese were fighting an unlimited war for their national identity. This deep-seated drive for independence is a crucial reason why the conflict became so prolonged and ultimately unwinnable for the United States. Thanks for watching, and if you found this interesting, consider subscribing for more historical deep dives. See you next time.